Today I'm meeting up in Rivington with Michael Livesey, an urban explorer with his own YouTube channel. I've come to interview Michael in Rivington, where he's had a few experiences which he's going to talk about, as well as an experience he had in Delamere Forest.
Yeah, I think it was actually, don't know if we got a picture of the other one, but there was definitely some point in there. There was we got this overwhelming smell as we came up around this area. It was I was actually wrong on the dates though. It was the 22nd of February 2012.
Right.
So it wasn't in the summer like I thought it was, but
yeah,
we were just coming just up the top there when it comes out of that clearing into this wooded bit.
Yeah.
And we started just had this overwhelming stench, and we thought, what on earth is that? And we'd had a few experiences, I say, over time, so we'd come over, we'd come through here, I don't think it was this gate at the time, we climbed over the fence, went down, there's a little bit of a stream down there, you might be able to hear it.
Yeah, I can hear that.
And after about a couple of minutes walk following it along, we traced the smell, and it was just like a, we'll probably say a 6 or 7 month old lamb, had been totally skinned, and for some reason, just been dumped there. Obviously, we've had a few other experiences, one a little bit further up on the stream, which was, again, around about the same age group, but it just looked like it had died there, maybe it had just got out,
yeah.
It would come back, it died, but that one, I'm not going to say was fully weird. That one though was odd, it had just been left, their skin sort of clearly been killed,
yeah,
and then just left to rot, because that was an horrendous stench. The other one wasn't too bad, probably fresher.
Right, and that was further along.
Yeah, further along here.
There, yeah.
There's another one just up there, where it was just like a carcass and all this down, you know.
Yeah.
That was just coming up to the field and that. So
Right.
we led towards where I saw the full sheep, but I couldn't remember where it was at. So
Which direction was that in?
I think that was over the fence over that way.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it definitely wasn't this far up. But
Yeah. And as you can see, there's lots of trees, lots of places where something can hide.
we just followed it down here, the route, and just a little bit further up, and come up to this like, little bank in the land, and there it was. We didn't quite spot it at first because it was a bit overgrown with grass, and we come in and there it was. Just, I've got the pictures, obviously I can send to you so you can look in.
Yeah, that'd be great.
It was most unusual. Well, I'll never forget that smell though, that's the worst I've ever had here.
Yeah, it's not a nice smell when you come across them.
Well, I don't know how long it had been there, but for it to have been just like it had just been skinned, just perfectly as well. There's nothing left, and it was most weird.
What about the insides? They'd all gone as well.
Well, it seemed perfect. Right? On the one that would just be like a carcass, and yeah, there was nothing inside. It was just like bones with a bit of like the skin and sinew and that left. But that one, it just looked like it had been slaughtered, skinned and left. Just all perfect, intact.
Right.
If it weren't for the stench, you could have said grab that and eat it.
Yeah. Wow.
But a bit of a waste in all fairness. If that was a human that's done that, it was a bit of a. I mean, that surprises me, like, because that's what it seems most like.
Yeah, as though they stripped it just for the
sheer fun of it.
But
that young, it's not really worth it.
No, it's not. It's not worth it at all. Right?
But a lot of the other cases, as we say, were definitely most weird. But it could have been anything. I mean, there's obviously these big cat sightings around here. There's a black dog. It could have been anything like that. But this one, I'm not sure it could well have been. We just don't know. But it would have been most weird for another animal to have done that. It's not really in their nature.
It would be. Yeah. Not just stripping it and then leaving it there with all its all the soft flesh. You know, because that's what they'll go for, just the soft flesh. Because it'll just take it, kill it, eat the flesh, and that's it. Just leave it. But to strip it and leave all that meat there is very unusual.
Not sure if this was later on in the day, because we were coming back up just for a walk for some reason. It was heading towards this direction.
Right.
We spotted there's quite a few sheep in the field, but one was just laid down, and I thought, oh, that's most unusual. Normally they get up and run if you hear them.
Yeah.
So I thought, just have a gander through. So we climbed over the fence. As we were going down, it just didn't move. I thought, that's very odd. I'm sure this was again on the 22nd, trying to up the rates, and he sent me pictures.
Yeah.
So we just traversed over to it, and as we've got to it, obviously I found that obviously the body was all intact. There didn't seem to be any injuries per se, but the face like had been chewed off. The skull was still the bone, but just looked like scavengers had been at it.
Yeah.
So to say with no damage to it, I didn't go around inspecting it, right, so I thought I'll have a picture next to just do a look and then it's crazy exactly I see him. So I had a few pictures and I don't know, that's always stuck with me that, because it didn't seem right. Something seemed off as well. Even though it's quite an open area, so I don't think anything right.
Yeah.
But whatever's done it, he's obviously left it there to come back later when it was quiet, because it was still a reasonably busy day. It was late on in the afternoon.
Yeah. And how do you find it strange how you came across it, it's all intact, apart from its muzzle. It looks as though it'd been chewed,
yeah.
You know, or broke off. You know, that's very unusual.
Yeah, that is, yeah. And I don't know, that was one of probably 3 sightings on that day, because then I've had a few others on the other day.
Yeah.
So that was the weirdest one of the lot, to be honest. It was.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, finding that were weird enough, finding like a skin sheep down the lamb.
It's not far from where you found the sheep. You found the carcass of the lamb. Just in that tree line there.
Yeah, so it's like there's a coloration somewhere. Even if that was totally independent of everything else that I saw.
Yeah.
So,
Alright.
hello. Because it weren't too far further up from you and we got the other one. But that one had definitely been there for a while because they've been pretty much consumed apart from obviously like a bit of the overall skeleton, the spine and some ribs.
Yeah.
So obviously that had been ripped open and they consumed everything that they want out of it and just left it to rot, I suppose.
Yeah.
That didn't really have any distinctive smell to that one. Maybe it got past the point.
Right, yeah.
Well, I just got so overwhelmed by that one that I didn't really come close to it.
Well, that's it, you get used to the smell sometimes when we're out and about and we come across them. Even if we come across the bones, you just have a memory of that smell and it just sticks with you.
Well, it does, because I came up many weekends during like 2012, early 2013, before obviously I started working at the university down south, so that had a bit of a spell. I've not been up here for a bit then.
Yeah.
But every weekend I'd come up and even if you didn't find that, there'd be like wool attached to things or just piles of wool on the floor. It didn't make any sense. There'd be random bones just hanging about. I think I'll get him to send me that one because that's what he's not sent. Took a picture of like shoulder bone.
Yeah.
I assume it would have been off a sheep. It wasn't massive.
Yeah.
Well, you might know better if you've seen them yourself.
Yeah.
But it did seem to be like that. That was more of a Wilderswood area, that though.
Yeah.
Because they've had a few up there, weird sightings.
Yeah, I've had a report from over in that area, which isn't close to where the killing field is. What we term the killing field now, where we found like there was over 10 sheep and like in the time of about 2 weeks. So that's now the killing field, and we're not with that, which is just on the other side of the pipe.
Yeah. That's mad, that.
Near to the mast.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, because this one obviously, like I say, this is a little bit out of where the field would be in that sense, but that one must have been relatively fresh because the full sheep, because there was nothing really saying that other one. The other one had clearly been there for a good week or so, could have been out.
Yeah.
But as for that one, it's not saying how long that had been there. But most peculiar. Obviously, like you just said, that other picture I've just showed you, like a deer or something.
Yeah, that looks like a deer, but
that would have been, I think, that was near Wilderswood, if I'm right.
Yeah.
That one, and that one, I think...
That looks like quite a big deer as well.
Maybe to be brought down and...
Yeah. And I'm seeing a pattern now, what you're saying that, because we've got the killing field over there, and then we have the other approach over at Great Hill, which is in that direction, and this sort of in the middle. So it must be using this route going from there to there, using all the woods, whatever it is. Tell us about your Delamere experience.
Yeah, this was about 2017, I'd say. Yeah, it was definitely 17, about August time. When obviously, because I've got an urban exploration channel,
Yeah.
so I went up there because we'd heard a report of like an abandoned Jewish school.
Yeah.
Because they'd moved back towards Manchester, obviously the larger community is, so it was just easier for them to travel. So we went up there, and it turns out the swimming pool part is actually still active for the little village, but the main school was due for demolition. So we thought, whilst it was later that year, we may as well get it in now before it's gone forever. So we took a few videos and some good pictures as well. And I thought, I'll get in this room because I'll get a nice landscape back to the actual forest. And as I was sat there, my mate was just finishing off taking his pictures surrounding the upper floors. As I'm looking out, I was just about to put my camera up, face the back into this woods, because it just dipped down like the grass verge all the way into the woods from the tree line. It was just then, because it was just gone dark. These two red eyes just perfectly facing level with me. It's not like they was off and they were just wandering through or anything, because you could figure that for being anything, but it looked like they were facing directly at me, just in the tree, just out of my torchlight as well, so you couldn't quite get a view of it, of what it was. But judging by the height of the tree, I'd say it was a good 6 or 7 foot, whatever it was.
Right,
Maybe even a bit taller, because I'm not the tallest guy in the world anyway, but judging by how it sloped down, but how high it had to be to level with me.
Right, yeah.
And that one, it just sent fear down me, because I thought, at that very moment, I knew the door behind me was locked, so I could only come out
Right,
through
yeah.
the window frame that had been broken. If it had come up, there was nothing I could do. Obviously I was only there waiting for a mate, because he was going to come round anyway. So then we were just going to walk back down and just take the final view round. But that was probably one of the most frightening experiences I've had. Because whatever it was, it looked like it was on two legs.
Yeah.
But for it to have that kind of reflection, just be sheer red eyes and just staring level back with you.
Right,
So it knew you were there.
And the form of it, could you make it a form?
Well, it did look like a very kind of like bulky thing, because you couldn't quite get a full figure of it.
Yeah.
It was just in that tree line hiding, but you could see wherever it was stood up. It didn't seem like it was on all fours. It seemed like to have a build across its shoulders.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that could match at, but it did bring out quite a lot of feeling. Something I'm used to being out here, so that doesn't normally happen. But
Yeah, it changes your mind when you're out at places like this.
yeah,
You start hearing all these different stories. Yeah, you start thinking twice, especially when we come out at night.
oh, you're not kidding. I love doing that. I mean, I always used to love doing night explores, and particularly what I do, because it's just more peaceful. If you go in the day, yeah, you get just trips to cross over explorers. So I thought if I go at night, or just as it's going dusk, everyone will be out, because it's in the middle of nowhere really down there.
Oh yeah.
Especially backing onto the woods outside, and I thought it's just perfect enough for my cameras to get a nice view. You get some nice eerie shots as well, because I thought it looked like it's in an eerie location. I hadn't even heard any stories back then. It was just a nice place to go.
Yeah.
The families have a walk through, have a cycle through. Too innocent back then, obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, yeah, it was just being sat there, and I was just getting it ready to pan out really, and then boom, just staring at you, and I was like, whoa, what's that? Tried to shine torch, but it was obviously it was clever enough to just hide in the tree line, so you could just get a silhouette of it, but you couldn't quite figure out what it was, and it didn't want to move. As soon as I got out, it seemed to just back in.
Right.
So it didn't want any confrontation, it seemed, but it just wanted to let you know it was there.
Right.
It was
yeah.
watching you, but
Yeah.
as soon as it saw me move up, 'cause obviously I'd have to get off the ledge with the camera, it just backed off and shouted off in, and when I told my mate coming back round, he said, oh, I've had an eerie feeling. But he obviously never saw that because he was too busy.
But he just had that feeling.
He had that feeling that something weird was going on. He actually had a bit more of a paranormal thing happen whilst they were there.
Yeah.
That might be a different story for another time, I don't know if you go into that. But
No, if you want to talk, yeah.
yeah, actually he told me to go and get the car back round. So I've gone and picked the car up because I parked around the corner. Coming back across, he was just finishing off still. Just before he told me this. Apparently as he was coming out, he'd seen what looked like a very old style man, I'd say from 20 or 30s, walking around with one of them old, oil lanterns,
Yeah.
and just coming round. He never phased him, never even looked at him. He must have heard it because he heard it snapping away, and he obviously stepped on a few twigs and in panic, because oh no, I've been caught,
Yeah.
as you do, but he just never bothered, he just carried on walking, just straight. And I don't know, he didn't quite say where it went, but it's just like it walked out from one of these doorways of the school, and it just walked across the path and into like another building.
Right.
Which why it didn't attract any attention to him. It was When you would have done if you was another person.
Yeah.
Missing with big lights and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the most peculiar one. It's one of the few we've had from that area. But I would say that, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're right on time doing the, exploration and that, so you're going to come across some at some point, which you have done.
Yeah.
And not only that, to be here and experience and see these things, you've had the growls as well.
Yeah.
That was from that area, yeah.
Yeah, down at the barn, that's.
Like
I said, that old abandoned shed used to be.
Yeah.
Near 2 rooms in it.
So we head that way.
Yeah, if you want, then.
Yeah.
I think this was about 2015 actually, right? It definitely wasn't around the same period. I was driving up here, it was quite late at night with me mate, and we pulled up here and we just drove in, where now it's quite a private house, it used to just be a derelict farm shed. It was just a little metal gate, it wasn't what it is now. So we jumped out, climbed over. As we went to approach it with cameras, we felt like there was like a presence just round the corner from it. And that's where we felt like a very low, like deep rumbling growl. Kind of like resonated into you as well. And I thought, normally I wouldn't think twice and go and try and have a look at what it was. But for some reason it made you want to back off.
Yeah.
So I just slowly backed away, still facing it. I didn't want to turn me back because you don't know what it is. And I come back over and I just jumped back over. Oh, luckily we left our headlights on. We had a pretty clear way back. Just jumped back over, got back in the car, we pushed out. But that was on top of one of the most scary sightings, even better than, let's say, the Delamere sighting that I had. With that one, at least it was quite a fair way away. That one was literally 20 foot.
Yeah.
And pretty much I was there at the front of the house, it was just literally around the corner. It looks pretty much the same as it did, it's just been renovated now. Looks a lot cleaner than it was, but unfortunately I don't have any footage of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was quite a fear. It's the first time up here I've ever felt like that. I mean, like I say, I've had some weird camping experiences and stuff, but it wasn't really scary. It was like, what the hell is that? So, this one. The only time I true fear, where you think, no, your life's in danger here. If you're going to investigate it, then it could end up badly for you.
Yeah. So you did the right thing by backing out.
Yeah. It could have just been an innocent thing. It was just got a bit angry with you being there, but again, it could have been anything that could have easily took you on. So you don't know. And
what did you feel as though it was? What did you think it was?
well, the growl. Judging by the tone of it and everything, it sounded like a very large dog, if anything.
Yeah.
Because it was. I've been around cats all my life. I've heard them when they get angry and growl, and even big cats. And it didn't sound anything like that.
Yeah.
There's definitely more of the dog's type growl, but it's more. It's that deeper and more. It travels further than any that I've ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah, for you to feel it as well.
Yeah,
that's unusual.
Facing you in your chest.
Yeah. Yeah, because I do know this area myself, and I know that was derelict quite a few years back, and I'm surprised how it looks now, because it does look pretty good.
It does, yeah, it's really been done up nice. I don't even know if they've knocked it down and rebuilt it.
Yeah, because I think it was smaller, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was facing out.
Yeah,
it wasn't that way. So it was coming towards here. Because the driver was more straight, it wasn't bent round.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's very peculiar, but it just happened there. It's so close to the actual village as well.
Yeah, yeah, because the village is just over this wall here. The said round here, and there's the village. So where we are now, we're on the village green. The tea rooms are behind this church here. Just down this road, we had a sighting of something about 7 foot with red eyes. Somebody was driving down. In these woods, we've had one of the BVR members who had an experience with them running up a tree. Your experience is the growls there, and then behind us we have all the areas towards the killing field with sheep. So there's a bit happening in this village.
It's how close to Rivington, isn't it?
It is, it's very close to Lincoln. And I mean, it's a lovely place that you wouldn't expect something like that around a place like this.
It's not like it's quiet anyway, especially during the day. Very, very busy.
Yeah, you've got to go in, it's up the road there, there's a lot of people using the car park. And coming here to the shooting, which is always full. But we have been around here at night, and there's hardly anyone around. So
I've had another one, just actually in that go-away area. It wasn't so much something, it's just I was walking back to my family, funnily enough. It's something. Yeah, I mean, that's what you can see. Look, judging by how it felt, it does feel like a bird or something, but it's travelled. I know it's quite close to the wooded area, despite it's relatively open to the clear something to go away from, I think, but just how it feels like. You swing round, but obviously, for that growl there, then like you say, 6-7 foot creature with red eyes, quite matching what we just talked about from the up there, what I thought. Must be similar size, and it's so close.
I know, it's
could well be in the town.
For a small village, there's a lot going on.
Otherwise, you're not getting there. But they could well live somewhere, maybe there's quite a few out underground mines there, in the forest.
There's a lot of underground mines here over that area, lead mines, stretching all the way over there. I believe that it could be used as well.